Hi there. So you're all loved up and it's Valentine's Day coming soon, but you're not wanting to take part in the over commercialisation of it. Or maybe you haven't got the money to do so. Um Maybe you've left it a bit too late and you can't get a booking in a restaurant now. Either way, I'm Ange and well, I do things on a budget and I thought I'd take you through how me and my partner celebrate Valentine's Day without spending a lot of money because let's face it, in this day and age, who has that? Um, so yeah, come with me and you'll be in a world of pure romanticization or something. Yeah, let's do this. You want to see my favourite gift that my boyfriend ever got me for Valentine's Day? And it's horrible. I love sloths. Um, but yeah, again, gifts. If your girlfriend's demanding ski crystals and you're in the middle of a cost of living crisis, I think girlfriend might need to lower them expectations. Similarly, if your friends is expecting expensive stuff, nah, that ain't love. That's greed. And we ain't about that. Me and my partner. Um, Honestly, most years if we bother with gifts, we set a budget of like £5 to £10, and sometimes we'll do themes like the goofiest present we can find, or the thing that reminds us of the other person, or something practical. Um, but yeah, we set a budget and we tend to stick with it. This year he's getting a new duvet cover and some badges. But he loves badges and he needs a new duvet cover. I have no idea what he's getting me. Oh, we did get each other a mug as well. And we've got a budget of £8 for it this year. Um, yeah, make like the royal family. See what you can do for a set budget. Because my theory is, if they need big expressions of love, be it like a diamond ring or whatever it is, expensive flowers and chocolates or whatnot, that ain't love. That's just greed. And yeah, some people might show their love via that, but we're not them people. I've never been one of them people. I've never needed like bouquets of flowers delivered to my workplace or whatever. It's just cringe. But yeah, that's my suggestion, and that's how we handle gifts when we bother with them. And sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't, and it just depends on how we're feeling with the vibes that year, if I'm being honest. Food doesn't have to be restaurant quality. And in fact, you don't need to take your girl's friend or boyfriend to a restaurant to have a good Valentine's Day. In fact, I couldn't think of anything worse, to be honest. Like, everybody crammed in, the staff are stressed because they've been forced to work that night because it's hospitality, and on them types of holidays, Christmas, you know, Valentine's, etc., they often don't get a choice in there. Everybody's in whether they want to be or not. Um, you're crammed in like sardines with a set menu that you don't really get a choice with, in my experience. Couldn't think of anything worse. Like, how's it romantic? What is romantic is deciding on a meal together and then cooking it together, or deciding on a takeaway together and cooking it together. And if you're looking for some interval for meals, what have we done in the past? Nice chicken dinner, spaghetti bolognese that we ate Lady in the Tramp style. Most of our Valentine's meals involve pasta, to be honest. But there's lots of different things you can do with pasta and still make it nice. We've done mix and match meals where he's wanted to try something and I've wanted to try something, and we've just combined the two, and sometimes that works and sometimes that doesn't. Try meals from different cultures. Recreate a meal from your favourite television show, movie. Honestly, this year I'm tempted to try something from a Dungeons and Dragons handbook. But yeah, doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to fall for the hype in the supermarket where there's like all love heart shaped sweets and candies, and they've turned a steak into a love heart, and there's garlic butter in love hearts and stuff. Regular food will do it, as long as you put a bit of love into it. And at the end of the day, that's what Valentine's Day is about, isn't it? Decor. It can be optional, but it can show that you've made a bit of an effort. This took me all of 2 minutes to set up, and it cost me less than £3. The plates came from a charity shop. The jar came from Poundland, as did the table runner. Sometimes we put fake flowers in the jar, sometimes we put sweets in the jar. But it just sets the mood a little bit. Other options could be taking something like this, which was like less than £2 from the works, and you each decorate it. It's a nice dirty activity, but it's also cheap. Candles, especially scented candles, can always help set a romantic mood. You want to decorate the walls, something like this. Again, came from the pound shop. I got it after Valentine's Day in 2023 for 50p. So yeah, like I said, optional, but it's just some ideas if you want to do that kind of thing. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of money to set up something that looks nice for the day, but don't feel like you have to buy into the commercialism and have to do it. I do it because it's items I have. If I didn't have them, I wouldn't be going out to buy them, you know? Activities don't have to be expensive to be fun, and they don't necessarily have to be romantic just because of the day that you're doing them on. If you're the type of couple that doesn't do romance, don't try and force it, because it's just gonna feel weird and kill the mood. But some activities that me and my partner have done in the past have included just sitting and playing computer games together. I don't always have the time or energy to do that, and so it's kind of nice to do. We would go have a picnic in the park. We're hardy stuff, being northerners though. Arts and crafts evenings. If there's a book boyfriend or a book girlfriend, you could recreate scenes from the book and just be goofy and silly about it. Cook a meal together. which I'll do in a separate section. We put on your favourite music and just dance. You could always do the pants off dance off. Just saying. But obviously what's going to work for me and my partner isn't going to work for everyone. So if you have a favourite activity that you and your partner enjoy, do that. If there's something you've always wanted to try, do that. You know, yeah. Date nights don't have to be expensive. Find something you can do at home or in a park or somewhere cheap and do it. But decide between the two of you. But make sure you are actually deciding between the two of you and you're not doing the traditional, you know, the stereotypical even thing of what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. Well, you pick something. Pick something together. Honestly, the funnest Valentine's Day I had with my partner was we cooked a meal together. We danced around the kitchen like loons whilst we did it. We sat and had a meal, had a dessert, had a couple of drinks, played Tekken for a bit, snuggled up on the couch, and just talked. It was nice. It was cheap. It did the job. Because, like, honestly, with how busy lives are, how often do you actually sit down with your partner and just talk? And not necessarily about the mundane day-to-day things like, what's your plans for this week? Or, you know, this bill needs paying, or we're out of money, or my brother's done this. Talk, make plans for the next year where you want your relationship to be. Ask goofy he's and hers type questions, or hers and hers, or he's and his, or there and there type questions that you would see on goofy couples game shows. You might actually find out things that you didn't know about them that might surprise you. But yeah, just some ideas. If you're active people, go on a hike. I don't know. We might end up in our local park visiting the aviary and feeding the ducks. We'd be content with that. Whatever is going to work for you might not necessarily work for me, and vice versa. So hopefully this might spark some ideas. Anyhow, I hope this video give you some ideas and help spark some thoughts of your own, because you know each couple's different and what works for me and my partner isn't going to work for you and your partner. But yeah, take this as inspiration. Feel free to copy. It's your life. But honestly, Valentine's Day is becoming more and more commercialised and expensive, and it doesn't need to be. If you're showing your partner that you appreciate them and love them every day, then that's what really matters. And that could be something as simple as a kiss on the doorstep as they're off to work, or making them a cup of tea without having to be asked, or just spending some quality time together and making sure you are making the time to spend that quality time together, be it daily or weekly or however you manage it. Day-to-day stresses can put a lot of pressure on relationships, and it's hard to remember to do that sometimes. I get it, but relationships are about making the effort, and if you're just doing that, excuse me, frog in the throat. If you're just doing that one day of the year because you're reminded to by commercialism, you need to put more effort into that relationship in the first place. That's just my opinion, anyways. What do I know? I'm just a silly person talking to a camera while can tea. But yeah, like I said, I'm rambling. Where was I? Oh yeah. You don't need to make a lot of expensive purchases and fall into the over commercialisation hype to celebrate Valentine's. You don't even need to celebrate Valentine's. Me and my partner do because we do. But if it doesn't work for you and your partner, and you're both on the same page about that, you do you, boo. But yeah, hopefully that's been helpful. If it has, please give me a like and maybe a follow. And if it hasn't, I would love your feedback in the comments. Constructive feedback is always appreciated on this channel. Anyhow, I've been Ange, and I will see you next time. Bye!